Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga. Sloka 10, Part 2. Na dveṣṭy akuśalaṁ karma, kuśale nānuṣajjate, tyāgī sattva-samāviṣṭah, medhāvī chinna-saṁśayaḥ. The intelligent renouncer, situated in the mode of goodness, neither hateful of inauspicious work nor attached to auspicious work, has no doubts about work. In the previous session, we learned how sattvika tyāga will help one to acquire a clear knowledge, makes one medhāvī, intelligent. One becomes free of any doubts, but one must perform sattvika tyāga embedded with trivida tyāga, kartritva tyāga, mamata tyāga, phala tyāga. When Arjuna heard this one, he had a question. Can I do this trivida tyāga for any actions? Especially I do some bad action and perform trivida tyāga. I go and slap someone's face on the street and think I am not the doer. I am not the owner of this action. I do not want any reward by this action. Or I go and steal someone's property and perform trivida tyāga. I cheat someone and perform trivida tyāga. Can I say sarva karma phala tyāgam? I am not the doer. The action doesn't belong to me, and I don't want any reward of being punished. In this way, I can also continue doing sinful activities. Let's see what Krishna has to say here. Arjuna, we should know by now, or you should know by now, that whom we are talking about in this context. We are discussing about a person who is inclined and interested in mukti, in liberation. That means such a person has given up all the sinful activities and only focuses on pious deeds as prescribed in the scriptures. Such a person will never ever desire to do anything bad in first place, is always fearful to not commit any sinful activities. He will only do things that benefits everyone, as it is said in the Shastras, and do things only that pleases the Lord. Sinful activities like harming others, cheating others, robbing others, behaving arrogantly, being egoistic, disrespecting others, treating others badly, being mean, is certainly not going to please Krishna. And such person is fully aware of this. Therefore, one should not think that one can do bad things and get away by saying I am doing trivida tyāga, because it is not sattvic. Arjuna had a follow-up question. Krishna, does it mean such people who are sattvic with sattva guna, who perform sattvika tyāga, will never ever commit any mistakes? Are they perfect souls? I never said that, Arjuna. He may commit mistakes, but not voluntarily. He doesn't plan for it. But even for such people, mistakes could happen due to inattentiveness or unconsciously. But he will never commit any such sinful acts knowingly. And those mistakes done out of inattentiveness can be rectified by performing prayachitta, atonement, or those mistakes will be forgiven, tolerated and forgiven by me. Then Arjuna asked, Well, I've heard that great saints and sages, even if they do sinful action, knowingly they will not be affected. Can we apply the same principle for those who do sinful actions, that they will also not be affected? That is not true, Arjuna. Unknown sins are forgiven, but not the known ones. The known sins are applicable for even great persons. Let me quote something from Kathopanishad. Na virato duscharitat, na shanto na samahitah, na santa manaso vapi prajñānenainam apnuyat. Na virato duscharitat. Those who have not retired from their sinful acts. Na shanto na samahitah. Those who still have kama and krodha, which are not subsided yet. Na shanta manaso vapi. Those who have not yet controlled their mind. Their mind is not in peace. Prajñānenainam apnuyat. Will not be able to attain the Supreme Lord. This applies to even those who are said to be great saints and pandits, not just for common people. Neither a person who has not abandoned sinful activities, nor a person who has not conquered his lust and anger, nor a person who has no control over his mind, nor a person who is not peaceful, does not strive to attain the Supreme Lord, even though he may be very intelligent, learned, but still there is no chance for him to attain the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Arjuna, it is not true to say that some person performs sinful acts, even knowingly they will be excused or will not be affected. Then Arjuna asked, Krishna, can you tell me one more time, maybe in a sequence, how one is not affected with good things and bad things? Krishna said, sure. The steps are sattva-samāviṣṭa. One must be present in mode of goodness. And I have already explained in previous chapters that how one can cultivate, develop sattva guna by having sattvika ahara and by having sadhu sangha. Sattva-samāviṣṭa, where one's mind doesn't wander all places. It is focused. It is in peace. In that state, one becomes medhāvī, an intelligent person who can receive proper knowledge, who can get trained in this subject. One will become clear in the understanding of the reality. Then the next stage is chinna-saṁśayaḥ. All the doubts that he had are completely eradicated. He is not disturbed with any different confusing philosophies. He doesn't doubt the knowledge that he received from his guru, and he is no more confused whether to give up the karma or karma phala. It is said that only two people will have no doubts. One who has never studied the scriptures. Two, one who is well versed in the scriptures. So, first is sattva-samāviṣṭa, in mode of goodness. Second leads to medhāvī, knowledge which is received. Number 3, chinna-saṁśayaḥ, doubts are removed. Number 4, tyāgī, that person performs sattvika tyāga, thinking oneself to be not the doer, thinking oneself not as a proprietor, thinking oneself not the receiver of the result. When a person performs such tyāga, then that leads one to not be affected neither by bad nor by good things. because the person performing actions with sattvika tyaga does not have the sense of agency, that is, I am the doer, and also absence of sense of possession, that is, this belongs to me, and because he does not have his goal to receive any benefits out of his action, he is able to remain free from likes and dislikes, and he is balanced when event happens in his life due to his papa karma or punya karma. He is able to remain like this because he is fully aware of the fact that he is not the doer and he is not connected to it. And also he is fully aware that Krishna gets certain things done for himself and we are not involved in them. Hence there is no scope for our liking or disliking. In the next verse, Krishna is going to elaborate the point that how it is not possible for one to renounce their actions. Everyone who has body must perform karma. That is going to be the message in the next sloka. Na dveṣṭy akuśalaṁ karma kuśale nānuṣajjate tyāgī sattva-samāviṣṭah medhāvī chinna-saṁśayaḥ. Namaste. Hare Krishna.